Welcome back to the video. So this is going to be a brand new series here on the YouTube channel called Rikka's Theorycrafting. This is basically helping give some mechanics and insights of Shadowverse Evolve and giving some nice overall tricks to help better enhance your experience. For this episode, we're going to be talking about how to benefit from warding, and I'm going to go give some nice thorough tips, and hopefully down the line we will be getting to some more advanced techniques overall, but I would like to do this video specifically because it is great to get some insight with a lot of people jumping into the game to seeing how the main ward mechanic works. So, to explain what warding is, I have Bellringer Angel over here. This card, as it says, has the ward trait, but the main use of warding is to be sort of such like a taunt in Hearthstone or intercept in Vanguard 0, where basically you are forced to attack into the unit while it is in the rested position. Now, why is this important? So I would say that this is the reason why that a lot of this helps with a lot of slowdown within the game. A lot of times people like to just go thorough use of face, and to kind of prevent for utilization of attacking, they like to put stuff here within stuff called wards, which these keywords are very helpful on this. What's also important about warding too is that it's different than the regular Shadowverse digital game, where in the digital game, the warding is already placed at a thorough stand position because obviously it does not have standard rested in that game, but you are forced to already be attacked into it when it's already placed. Compared to Evolve, where you actually do not activate ward unless it is into the rested position, as mentioned before. So why is this thoroughly important? Well, it's because that there's a good amount of people that don't utilize ward to its heavy benefit. For example, you don't need to ward a lot of the time thoroughly. So, for example, some people like to just use this as a thorough body. With Bellringer, that's kind of a thoroughly bad idea. But another good example would be stuff like Lucifer. And with Lucifer already has a pretty good 6-7 stat line, but you don't need to attack thoroughly immediately. With Lucifer's evolved form, it also gains Bane. So it's nice to go put that sort of situation where you could thoroughly activate it as the ward, or you can just leave it there and not have it affected. The only tricky part about warding, though, is that there are some situations where stuff such as conflagration, for example, could just be thoroughly affecting the use of ward and can just clear the ward and make it easily. Good other examples of cards that help deal with the presence of ward are stuff such as a Rose Gardener, and also a lot of some other thorough cards that can just rush into the warded unit specifically. But the main reason why I think that this is a great example is because stuff like Bellringers are easily thoroughly impacted, but Bellringer kind of wants to die in a sense. Another good example of this is an impactful card coming in, Shenlong. Shenlong's a very good use of card, not just for its fanfare skill, but the ward stat line is thoroughly pretty good. I think it gets more beneficial though when you evolve it, and on evolve you get your leader plus 5 health, but it also becomes 6 stat lines. So if it's like in the mirror match, for example, conflagration does not overall hit Shenlong, you probably have to go force it out with another spell such as Angelic Snipe or such. But I think warding use is very important because a lot of the times you do want to go just have a thorough slowdown, because sometimes when you have in counterplay, like if you have a ward over here with Lucifer and someone summons Forte, for example, it might not be thoroughly enough, and you might just only have to go into Forte use, even though you could realistically go into the Evolve. And it's thoroughly important for when players have their own storm abilities that you're not taking a lot of face damage. Good example of this would be if someone plays Genesis Dragon. This one can definitely hit over the warding, and unless they are forced to like destroy it, you have stuff like Execution or such that could deal with potential warding, then this could be easily ways to go turn it to face attack. So that's some nice examples on how to utilize wards and how to thoroughly play against it. For more against it, it's the utilization of quick spells. A lot of stuff are popular, such as Angelic Snipe, Angelic Barrage, a lot of the uses in the starter decks. But overall, these cards are notably used in order to stop a lot of main storm momentum. I think what's very great about this game is that if you have double warding, and you could see this potentially be impactful. It's already impactful within the CCG, where a popular build called Ward Haven was utilized. You can go have double warding, for example, and you are forced to take all of these out all at once. Another good example too is that in Swordcraft, in their first booster, a popular card called Sea Queen Otohime has these tokens that are generated called Otohime's Bodyguards. These ones can be summoned and have basically like 4 wards on the field, which is thoroughly nasty, which would only have to be countered by skills like Conflagration, which uses 5 damage to followers on the field, or any mass destroying on the field to multiple followers. You can also see potential within Havencraft, where there is a card that they get in the future where it gains a follower ward. So these are some great examples of how wards could be heavily implemented. But I think that's the general consensus, though, is that warding is heavily good to use in order to stop and have your opponent have basically answers to this. And I think that it's a very cool mechanic within the game. It makes you really think and not just continually take face damage within a lot of other TCGs, but I think that it's thoroughly interesting, makes you really understand how to be careful with a lot of the cards that you play and the followers that you thoroughly attack with. Other than that, so that's just been my insights on how warding is within this game. Thank you all for joining in. We'll definitely have more tips and tricks within the next few Rikka's Theory Crafting. Continue to embrace the darkness, and we will see you all in the next video.